We are, what? That's the weirdest shit. Okay. So the TikTok live studio has a feature called pause stream, and I hit that. I was like, what's this do? It pauses the live stream for like 5 minutes. And then when it expires, it just dumps the live, which is fine, I suppose. But it accomplished nothing of what I wanted it to do, so what a cool feature that is. Yes, I did. And for some reason, Henry and Carl are just hanging out in the bathroom. Not in the litter box, but they're both just like hanging out on the floor. What I think I'm going to do is get a couple more of these like little beds and just put them maybe in the hall, because I don't know why they're just sleeping on the floor in the bathroom. It's fucking weird. TikTok let me return. They gave me a second chance, yeah. What server is the puzzles on? I'm actually not sure about that. I'll have to take a look. I think the important thing is the Alliance, which I don't have set up yet, which, by the way, earlier we did some sponsored content for this game, Puzzles and Survival. It is one where I will get bonus soda for people playing, so if you're interested in supporting the stream, at bare minimum, you just download it using the QR code or the link. You play up to headquarters level 5, and that's it. I think it only takes, well, I'm not sure how long it actually really takes to do headquarters level 5. Don't think it takes too long. Oh, hang on a sec.
Teacher 100, just letting you know that you should have a delivery at your PO box.
This ball douche nonsense.
I love when Lily wakes up and she's somewhere nobody else is. I should have a delivery at my P.O. box. Okay, well, I'll go out there tomorrow. Lily will wake up and just start yelling, like, where's everyone? That's what she's currently doing that. And I yelled, like, hey. Is she still down there just...
This is Tor's room.
Yelling at something? Wow, it's trashed in here.
More moonshine. Was this a drunken rampage? This place is a mess. And Tor's not here. I need to keep looking.
Okay. P.O. box sounds like a Po box. It does kind of sound like a sandwich when you put it like that. Proximal, thanks for the rose over on TikTok. Appreciate it.
I need to get the clicker to wake and close this damn case before my family gets dragged any further into it.
Okay. Anderson Brothers. Tor's bedroom was trashed. She said he was resting. Somebody else said he had some kind of accident. We don't know what the deal is there. Thank you, Proximal, for the GG. Oh, I can't do anything with that. Donna. What's Donna got?
Excuse me, miss, but you don't see me barging into your room while you're performing mental and physical strengthening exercises, do you?
Oh.
I thought not.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
she's me.
Don't mind me.
And now I have to start over.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just have... There's a thing here. I just want to... Okay, sorry. I know that might be in your way.
Breakfast is at 7. Tomorrow will be eggs, toast, grapefruit, orange juice, tea, coffee. Service stops at 9.
Thank you, Proximal, for the rose and the chili. What's up, Jeremy?
Tomorrow is borscht with oyster crackers. The other choice is stewed beef. I will have borscht.
I love her.
Cranberry juice or water is served as well.
I love her.
Service stops at 12:30.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to close the door. Sorry, Donna. This is Odin's room.
Odin's in bad shape. He was drunk and watery.
To the
Or is this
sea,
something more serious?
the sea of night, to drink from the cup of the wise one, for wisdom to be a seer. I gave up my eye in the light of the moon to shine and see the many worlds to madness and beyond. Across the dark dreaming sea, the branching paths of the tree. I gave up my eye so many times. We have lived and died and been reborn. We have met here before and will keep on meeting still. Where did I put the eye? This is Alan Wake 2. Though I do still want to play through The Last of Us 1 and 2. I haven't forgotten about that. Before time, I gave it to Mimir to drink from the Well of Wisdom, the Cauldron. 1976, I took it out myself to see, drank the moonshine. 1988, he who stands on the threshold took it from me. The time will come again to be writ again. Does Alan Wake have the eye? Kind of sounds like Alan has the eye. Odin, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Odin?
I got some questions.
Odin Addison? Can you hear me? I need to ask you a couple of questions. Odin?
Thank you for the wide-eye worsty.
He's in no shape to talk.
No. Well, let's profile him.
Odin's in rough shape. What happened to him?
These are our twilight years. There's darkness in the water. We have our little tricks. And so do you.
What's happening? It's never felt this way before.
You're all grown up, Saga, dearest. And you're back just in time. The forces of darkness are eating away at us. We're too old and weak. You have the power in you, like all Andersons.
What was that? He wasn't a projection. Odin was really here. We were connected. Are they really my family? Is that why this is happening?
That was some Stranger Things shit, man. Let's go in deeper.
I found a photograph of you with the cultists. How are you involved?
We're too old for this brand of crazy, but we'll drink with anyone who's offering. The cult's been on our asses to join for years, but we already have our band, and those damn fools don't know what they're dealing with. No wonder they want a pair of legends.
Tor and Odin are not part of the cult. The cult thinks there's something special about Tor and Odin. I'm starting to see it too.
Appreciate the I'm blue and it's corn. Thank you.
I've never connected to someone like this in my mind place before.
Let me see the
How is
dirty
this
angles.
happening?
I was glad to answer your call. Vikings are born travelers. You are a seer. You can see the truth.
All right, food dinner.
But your grandpa will want to tell you more himself. Wouldn't want to steal his thunder. Tor is in danger. You can save him.
Is my mind place more than just a mental technique? Sometimes my mind place even baffles me. Is this the reason? Is there something more than intuition behind it? One thing at a time. Tor is in trouble. Once I help him, he can maybe tell me more.
Hey, thanks, Black Dragon Jeremy. Have a great night. I will be here tomorrow. Just as a quick to bring it up. Tomorrow is well, it just passed. RoboCop is coming out tomorrow. The new RoboCop game. So I'm totally gonna be playing it. Which sort of means I don't know when. I don't know when Cyberpunk's gonna fit back in, but we'll make it work. We'll figure this shit out, you know? I might as well just get back to the game. But, yeah, dude, have a good night.
You said Tor is in danger. What's going on?
Darkness is drawn to the spark. Tor only thinks with his hammer, never his head.
Drop Cyberpunk? Oh, man, I love
Prince
Cyberpunk.
of fucking Darkness is making a comeback. Tor's marked by darkness. I can feel it. Is he in his room? It wants to take him, and then take me. Beware of Cynthia Weaver. Bad things happen in the wellness center. Don't let her drag him under, Sarah.
Okay. I was like,
Prince of
what?
Darkness referred to Scratch? Is Tor becoming taken? I need to find him before it's too late.
See, my favorite
Stop
RoboCop
this
quote
before more people get
is,
hurt.
freeze! It's John RoboCop!
I found Wake's clicker. What can you tell me about it?
Cut off from Tom's lamp. It washed to the shore. Good work getting the light switch. The light switch is like an amp. You can play rock and roll without it, but you won't blow anyone away. Art, like Tom's writing, can change the world. But the light switch will crank that change to 11.
The clicker has the power to change the story. To save Logan.
Yes.
This confirms what Wake said.
Yes, it does.
I can't let Scratch get his hands on the clicker.
No, you
By
can't.
Tom's writing, Odin must mean Wake.
Okay.
That woman in the painting looks like Mom. Was I born here? Or is this more of the story?
Interesting.
Giddy as a young girl.
Well, Scratch was the central antagonist from
Too many hands.
American Nightmare, but they have really been like building him up as the presence, which his character reminds me of.
The government built a bunker
I shouldn't
here during
interrupt him.
World War II to watch the ocean.
Twin Peaks: The Return.
Navies and who knows what else. Ever since they sealed the bunker,
Oh my God, it's Trev.
it's been a hot spot for teens. The Ocean View Motel and Spa, they call it. Ironically, I believe. They go there to enjoy their beer and their vapes and electronic cigarettes. Ridiculous. The future is... So, the teens would drink there, do other stuff that isn't appropriate content for you listeners at home, but the bunker has a tendency to flood, especially during the winter. In the 90s, a group of teens went down there one Saturday night and got a little drunker than usual. The teens noticed one girl, Nora Hesberg, was missing. They figured she just went home. When Nora's folks didn't find her in her bed the next morning, they called the police.
Is there more?
The authorities,
Oh.
they searched the bunker and,
Okay.
and found poor Nora floating in one of the flooded passages. She had a real talent for music. Folks say they still hear her singing in the nursing home.
Is my guy doing a true crime podcast?
Nowadays, teens think the bunker is haunted. That doesn't stop them from going there. The police have tried to lock it up, but you know young people, they're persistent. Now, as for myself, an impartial journalist, I have lived here at the Valhalla Nursing Home for 5 years, and in that time, I have never heard Nora's singing. Just the humming of a certain neighbor of mine who has an inexplicable love for Finnish tango.
Okay. I don't think I can interrupt him. Damn, I was hoping he had more to say.
This will put a smile back on your face, my dear.
What?
Sorry? She's one of them. There
Why?
must be an overlap here somewhere.
Why she gotta give me the poopy scares, man? I think I need like a key or something. Good morning, how's the game? Andrade, it's good. It's very, very good. This is probably my game of the year for this year. Mandy May. I've seen all of her decorations in the woods. I'd have to actually stop and think about things that I've played that are new this year, even for a little bit, and which ones I favored, you know? Was Sharks of the Corn your movie of the year? Top 3 for you?
Getting in is forbidden for your own safety. Time is long for those who wait, but in the end, stand the thanks.
Sheesh. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, you need to warn me next time.
Need the key.
Been playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. Seems like it's probably pretty good.
I don't have the key.
Cynthia.
The coffee is also served.
Oh shit.
A cookie tray is available.
She's still going.
Maximum of 2 per resident.
Holy shit.
If it's somebody's birthday.
Give it. Yeah, give her space. No, I'm gonna leave them be. Maybe. However, you know more. What's the wellness center?
What's in the wellness center?
Oh, that's where we provide our health services to the residents. We have a rehab facility, dining area, and beds for special round-the-clock care. To stay young, stay limber.
Alrighty then, big gulps. Huh? You were just upstairs?
The song revives the soul.
Find Tor.
Sorry, Saga. That area is for staff only.
I'll find my way up there. Oh, yes.
Hello, Jaakko. Looks like another perfect morning in paradise. I agree, Ilmo. A perfect morning for me to drink this coffee I'm holding. Oh shit, this coffee is shit. Jaakko, did you just drink a regular brand coffee? I did. My perfect morning is ruined. And all because of your shit coffee. If only we could have good coffee. Hey, what? What's that sound? Oh,
Oh, shit.
Ilmo, look, it's the Bright Falls blended organic coffee from Old Deer Diner. Oh, wow. I've heard that the health benefits of this coffee include increased energy, improved eyesight.
He was
better
King
lovemaking,
Harold
and
in
deeper
Vikings?
connection to animals. With a thermos full of hot coffee close at hand, you are always prepared for what comes next. How does it taste, Jaakko? I feel like $1 million.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thanks, Old Deer Diner Coffee. Bright Falls Blend Organic Coffee is brewed with care right here in the Pacific Northwest from coffee beans that are sourced locally in Puerto Rico. Try it today at Coffee World and the Old Deer Diner, and don't forget to try the delicious brunch special this month only for Deer Fest.
The fucking overdub produced locally in Peru. Oh, those commercials are so good. Whoa. Be my lightness in the dark, Rose. Where is Alan Wake? Mystery writer mysteriously disappears. Best-selling author known for his Alex Casey novels has been reported missing in the town of Bright Falls, Washington. Mr. Wake's wife, Alice, is not given any comments on the case, but is confirmed to have been the one to report her husband's disappearance to the authorities. The mysteries surrounding the novelist's disappearance don't stop there. Other individuals from the town were reported missing within a similar time frame. It is unclear whether these disappearances are connected. Wake's literary agent, Barry Wheeler, has indicated he has no information to provide despite having been seen with Mr. Wake in the Bright Falls area just before his disappearance. The writer, Alan Wake... Hey, thanks, Quesadilla, for the raid. Welcome in! How was your stream? What were you doing? What were you up to? Writer Alan Wake has a history of violence toward the press and is rumored to have struggled with addiction. The story will be updated as it unfolds. Oh, there was a fucking ad break. You know what? I'm struggling so hard with how to deal with these. Uh-oh, you were playing My Time at Sandrock. Oh, that game is so good. At least I enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. We're doing some Alan Wake today. I'm having a day. So the last couple of days we did movie marathons, which is like one of my favorite things to do around Halloween. Just load up some horror movies. Yesterday was the all-day one that we do in the Twitch chat with Prime. And somewhere around dinner time, I said to the chat, "Hey chat, I have this sucker. Should I eat it? It's a special sucker," air quote. They were like, "Okay. Do it." I was only going to eat half the thing. I ate the whole thing. And I probably shouldn't have eaten the whole thing. I'm fine. I've just had a day. I've just had a day where I was like, I'm going to go back to the couch. I'm just going to go back to the couch and fall asleep for longer. I know, that's why I shouldn't listen. I shouldn't listen to anybody. Like, I got up today and I was like, oh, we should get Raising Cane's for lunch. And then I proceeded to eat all of it as if I was like making love to the box of Raising Cane's. I was fully invested in these chicken strips, man. That's why I shouldn't listen to Twitch chat, yeah. And Sharks of the Corn was fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Like, the part that I was losing my mind at with the woman with the tape, I was honest to goodness laughing that hard, but because of this sucker, that's where I hit the 10th planet, man. Oh my god. Well, welcome in. Chicken strips, you should get some if you can. So yeah, I don't know if you've played Alan Wake 2 yet. If you're interested in it, it's very good. I think it's my game of the year. I don't necessarily want to spoil anything for you. But yeah, Sandrock was great. You guys should follow Pro Quesadilla. Excellent person. Super chill chat. I don't think his chat makes him eat suckers, but I don't know. It's not like you guys held a gun to my head, you know. I ate the sucker and then I was done with half of it, and then for some reason after like an hour I was like, nah, I'm gonna pick up and eat the rest of it, you know. And then I couldn't stop, and that's where I fucked up. When she called for backup and it cuts to the drone. Yeah, it was the woman in the background with the tape. That's where I lost it. There were a few moments. I need to get Trav to watch this. All right, Alan Wake, the bad boy of fiction. Did my cat come back to my room? They're not in here right now. But they're around. I know, it's like you don't want to eat half of it, but these you really should only eat half of it. All right, Alan Wake is an author known for his Alex Casey books, a series of thrilling novels that reinvigorated the crime genre. But Wake isn't just known for his literary works. He's also famous among New York's most exclusive clubs as a late-night party animal. This author is redefining what it means to be a writer. Gone are the days of isolated figures hunching over typewriters in dark rooms. Wake is a man who hits the town in style, a regular at the hottest spots in the city. Happy to see and be seen. The people and the paparazzi can't get enough of him. But it's not just his social calendar that makes this writer stand out from his peers. Artists are famous for their tempers, but Wake's is in a completely different orbit. Damaging property, giving photographers black eyes, avoiding lawsuits. This writer is a train full of rage, and you better get off the tracks. Like a punk rocker, Wake is grabbing musty old stereotypes and smashing them to pieces. This is one rebel to keep an eye out for. That doesn't bode well for him and the whole thing about his wife and stuff. You know, I don't like it. Hold up. Okay. Wake up. Alan Wake's crime novels have become the sensation of the nation. Join us as we flip through the pages of the man behind the books. Folks magazine, how has your life changed since your books became so popular? Wake says, I have to do a lot more magazine interviews. Other than that, it's not so different. The magazine says, you're hilarious. I can see why you're a writer. So what do you do to get your creative juices flowing? Alan says, writing is a very solitary journey. When I'm working, I like to be alone in a room with my manuscript. There I can wrestle with the story. Get inside the heads of my characters. Oh, the second one, Hellbound. Well, magazine says, sounds exciting, and yet you find plenty of energy to party, right? Word on the street is you've been out enjoying the New York nightlife. Any favorite spots? Alan says, I'd prefer if we could focus on the writing. The magazine says, definitely, although I'm sure our readers would love to know where they can find New York's hottest writer on a Saturday night. Are you working on a new book? Alan says, yes. On some level, I'm always working on the next story. Right now, I'm looking into something different, a departure from what people would expect, something new. The magazine says, be careful with that. People don't always like new. So what roles does the beautiful Alice Wake play in your work? Is she your muse? Alan says, Alice keeps me stable. She's an anchor, stopping the waves from carrying me too far out to sea. I was wondering if you could help me. Longing internally. We'll serve you pancakes. You were my muse all along, Rose. Naughty Alan. This is naughty Alan. There we go. What's up, ballsack?
More of those kids' lunchboxes.
You are strong. You are successful. You are confident. Wow, the adjustment on the color. Whoa.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
Not with that attitude. There hasn't been an alliance set up yet. I myself have to finish getting to the required level. I'm very close, though. I'll have one set up, and I'll make mention of the details in the announcements section of Discord.
Busy today. Busy.
Yes, you seem very busy in this current state. Well, they said the reports of Alan missing were recent, but I mean, what? He was missing for like a decade, wasn't he? So I guess they ain't actually that recent no more. It seemed like American Nightmare was him writing or trying to write something different than the manuscript. He saved her, but I don't know that it was real. Do you know what I mean? Like... Can I go this way? No. Well, what's up, Cyrus? Are your cats like, nope, I will not let her play this game? No, my cats don't particularly care. They're more like, nope, she will not stay here and not feed us anymore. I'm gonna get her up. Cyrus, welcome in to the YouTube stream. How's it going? Kind of trying to find. I think I'm looking for keys. Pat. I think this museum is also something.
Need to find the key.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
All residents must join.
Oh my God, she's
Exceptions made for health
still
reasons.
going.
The protein is chicken.
Love. Oh my God. Let's check the case board. Maybe there's some shit that will help guide me along here. Anderson Brothers. The clicker's an amplifier. Alone, it's not very useful. Art like Wake's writing has the power to change reality. The clicker magnifies that change. And
The clicker makes Wake's writing change reality. Can I trust him with that much power?
what's up, wild child?
Not sure I have a choice.
Is Tor okay? Looking for Tor in his room. He's in danger. Bad things happening at the wellness
Right.
center.
Tor is not okay. Something is definitely going on here.
A painting of Mom and I with Odin and Tor.
Doesn't make sense.
You know, I'm pretty good as well. Just, you know, noodling my way through this. While the cult has been trying to recruit them for years, he and Odin rejected all of their offers. Wow, Tor looks hard as fuck there. They're not in the cult. That's good news. Do I know who Weeknd is? Like The Weeknd, like the R&B singer. Mandy May isn't a design I've been finding by the lunchboxes. So it could be Mandy May. She mentioned she's been making them for Rose. Your friend talks a lot about The Weeknd. Yeah, I used to love The Weeknd. Not that I don't anymore, just don't really follow anymore. I'll double check to make sure. I don't know that the server matters. It has to, but I don't know. I'll put all my information and the Alliance stuff in the Discord, though, in the announcements channel. I don't want to bother him.
Need to find the key.
Well, the only reason I say sometimes I don't know if it matters is because sometimes they'll do a thing where, like, you get onto, like, a cluster and they'll merge people into, like, it's like the same server, but you're on different clusters, you know? I don't know how it works, so I have no idea. I don't think I need to be out here. Oh, let's go talk to Rose.
Tor's in the wellness center, isn't he?
No, he's... Well, yes, but you really shouldn't go in there right now.
I'm gonna need you to unlock the door. This is FBI business.
It's just... There's some things that,
Oh, it is, Amy. Thanks. Hope you're having a good night.
Yes, okay.
Amy over
I'll
on
let you
YouTube.
in.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Watch out for puddles.
What the
You
fuck?
can hurt yourself in the dark.
Right. Thanks. That lady is a walking red flag.
Yeah, I don't like her. I'm going to close that because she's fucking weird. The Bright Falls Wellness Center is immediately a bad vibe.
Dark.
Imagine entering something called the Wellness Center and
The
that
Unity Saga.
music is what's playing. Your girlfriend loves The Weeknd. You're not a huge fan. It used to stress you out, but she told you don't worry about it.
Hello? Tor?
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
It's Saga Anderson.
Oh.
Tor was here.
Doc, Rose and me found Mr. Anderson knocked out on floor by phone. Burns on hand and cut on head. Was out cold, so brought him here. Been acting strange all week. Take good care, he is VIP.
He's hurt pretty bad. But he tore off his bandages.
You know, I would probably
Why?
loot a room for coffee and batteries in real life. So it's a little more realistic, I guess, at least.
Odin said Tor needs help. But from
Winding
what?
down. Nice to see me streaming.
Is he turning into a Taken?
It's always nice to be streaming, you know? Bloody bandage. And on Tor's bed.
Doesn't make sense.
Why remove a bandage when you're still bleeding? Chart says Tor's behavior's been increasingly volatile. That's not good. Tor's assigned bed is empty. Oh, I'm familiar with the Idol. I hate watched the whole thing. That's actually why I say I don't really think I like The Weeknd anymore, because it was a really awful show. And the last episode for like a minute felt like it was going to be redeemable. And then they just made Lily Rose Depp the villain of the whole thing. But they tried to like cloak it under the idea of female empowerment. It was like the most infuriating watch of any piece of media ever. Oh my God,
wait.
Tor!
It's me. Oh, come on.
An electric lock.
Bastard!
Looks like it's controlled remotely.
Tried watching one episode and you couldn't do it. I don't blame you. Sam Levinson in particular is somebody who needs to be on like a list. He's the guy who did Euphoria. Which, like, at first, like, Euphoria feels like it's a great show because the star power of people like the Zendaya and like Sydney Sweeney and like so many of those actors they're great. And then you pull back and you get some perspective and you realize that Sam Levinson doesn't know how to write a fucking story. He's just interested in having young people on his very lewd show. It's the best way I can put it. Yeah. And then you're like, oh. I think that's good. Okay. You call her Zendaya just to get your kids Goat. Yeah, I used to do that too. I used to say that, like, several people in the chat got really pissed off when I called her Zendaya. It's like when I say Wendigo.
Can't be opened on this side.
I don't know where she came from either, but I'll watch her do just about anything. She's good. She's really good. Is the thing about her. Okay, that's clearly like a barrier. Look for Tor in the wellness center. Tor left through the cafeteria door.
Tor left the wellness center.
Okay. Does this remind me of The Last of Us Part 1 and 2? Not particularly. Maybe the gritty, you know, setting, but nothing else about it. You're not really crafting. There's not, like...
Must be locked from the other side.
They're in a similar realm, I would say, but it doesn't particularly remind me of it, no. Can I get... Well, it might not be back there, but there's got to be like a control room. Examine rehab, dispensary. Oh, wait. Yeah, I know her as Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Tor Anderson had lightning in his veins. This was rock and roll, baby. That Weaver girl had cast a spell on him. Tor would do anything she'd ask. Tor deserved this. Tor wanted this. She wanted the song, a gift. He had to get it for her. Afterwards, it was too late. Tor swung his hammer in frustration. The spark was gone. Black liquid clogged his mind. A bad trip. Tor fought it. He was strong. He'd never be taken. But the darkness could still drown him. Tor needed to warn someone. It was all happening again. Tom was back. Coming back. Tom would need help too if he was going to make it. But the brothers were too old to stop it this time. Tor had called someone. Someone who could help. The name escaped him. Drowned beneath dark water.
Okay. I missed that, the initial pass through. No, I have not, Alan. I have a pretty big backlog. So I gotta do things one at a time, kinda. Or, you know, a little handful at a time. But I'm in the middle of a lot of things right now, so. The saddest thing about this game is there's so many donuts that nobody ever eats. They're just laying around. Uneaten. A travesty. Blum's workroom.
This door needs a knob.
Yeah.
A security computer. Needs a password. And a warrant, technically. But hey, desperate times. Day, then month. He uses European formatting.
14.8. Bad day. This is a stupid house where something always breaks. I always fix. Old people do not respect me. I should ask for a raise. 15.8. Hooray! Hurrah! My acceptance letter has arrived. I'm one of the gang now. Is this supposed to say Das Vidania to the boring old Vlad? Hello to the exciting new man about town, Vlad. I will buy vodka and herring to celebrate. This month will change everything. 16.8. I had to take care of the dead raccoon over by the bunker. Smelled very bad. Not good for my hangover. Password protected computer.
The computer controls the door that Tor went through.
Blum was looking forward to something in August. Tor Anderson had lightning in his veins. That Weaver girl had cast a spell on him. Tor would do anything she'd ask.
Tor is being targeted. He needs help.
Okay, no profile. Morning, Heron. $15.8. One, 2, 4, 5, 6. From what year, though? This year? June 3rd, full moon. Hmm. 15.8. What? That's... Hang on. Whoa. No, no. Okay. August 1st and 30th, new moon. Day off. Vladimir Bloom.
The Koskela brothers aren't just in the cult. They're its damn leaders.
The cult of the tree welcomes you, Yako and Ilmo. You've been accepted in the prestigious ranks of our most hallowed organization. As such, you will join our noble cause and be privy to our most guarded secrets. The ceremony will take place the day after the next new moon, as is tradition. The day after the next new moon.
I have what I need to figure out the password.
Sure. So let's see, taking what we know about August. Hey, Copeland, how's it going? I am doing quite well. I'm a little sleepy, but I mean, we're getting near the end of the stream for tonight, so that figures. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. August 1st and 30th. They said the day after the next new moon, so 17/8/23.
And the doors are open.
You were number 11 for Zombie Game. Thank you. Thank you. We did some sponsored content earlier today for Puzzles and Survival, which if you're on YouTube or Twitch, you will see the widget up in the corner of the screen with the QR code. It is a sponsorship kind of based on downloads. So if you want to support the stream at no extra cost to you besides just the 20 to 30 minutes of time it'll take you to get to the level 5, all you gotta do is download it with the link and get headquarters level 5.
Shit!
First annual deal.
Whoa! It's a match 3 game. If you're familiar with those.
I don't like it.
Wow, that thing was fucking horrifying. Did not like that.
Need to catch up with Tor. This must have been Tor's.
Got here late. Well, you know, The VOD will be available on Twitch, and I'm gonna start slicing up the Alan Wake stuff for YouTube here in the next few days. So apologies, I know. As I slide back into some heavy stream hours, I've desperately needed to take a few days to just like do a little bit less. But I'm feeling the energy. You know why? It's because it's getting cold out, and I don't want to do anything when it gets cold out except stay inside and play games. Where exactly did Tor go from here? Oh shit.
Tor Anderson, you come out of here this minute. That water is bad for you. Tor, wait! Cynthia Weaver, I know it's you. This kind of behavior is not okay. Let him go, Tor!
It's like 32. It's like officially at freeze point right now, yeah. It is cold. Talk to Rose at the pond. What the hell just happened, Rose?
What was that? Where did Tor go?
What on earth do you mean, Saga? Tor is resting in the wellness center. Remember?
What? We both saw him go into the pond.
Okay.
Are you fucking with me, or is this the story again?
Now. Let's cool it with the language.
What?
She's clearly lying to me.
Yeah, no.
Why?
Let's get all up in here. Let's profile the fuck out of her.
Rose watched Tor go into the pond. Why is she lying to me?
The secret mission for Alan's #1 fan. The hero will say Wake has returned. We're all characters in his story. Gee whiz.
I'm not his fucking character. But I can use that phrase to make Rose stop lying to me. Wake has returned.
That reminds me, Forbo Julan, were you the Ko-fi supporter that came through the other day? BJ. Somebody pledged on Ko-fi a couple of days ago, and I think it was you because you were asking about the remote.
Cynthia took Tor. What happened to her?
When the darkness touches your head,
thank you.
Your bookshelf gets shuffled.
Well, I appreciate it.
I put her lamp in the shoebox. What do you call a lamp lady without her lamp?
Is Rose talking about Cynthia or herself? Or both?
What if Rose is the lamp lady, but before she got old? Wake has returned.
Rose. Wake has returned.
Oh my God. You're the hero! You're here to save Alan! I feel so silly for trying to keep you out of the wellness center. I locked Tor and Gale in there after they lost it, and I didn't want you getting hurt. Before I forget, here's the page Wake told me to give you. Oh, and you'll need my keys to get around.
I guess. Thanks.
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox.
That was a cute little
The missing
yelp, I
record in its
agree.
place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. A light bloomed in through the garden window.
The horror story beat me to Tor. I have to rescue him. The key to this overlap is an old Gods of Asgard record. Odin will...
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox. The missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. Standing there, Saga felt exposed, expecting the shadows to come alive. The needle crackled on the vinyl. The song swelled. Odin had said it was written for her and her mother. Her grandfather's apology. The lamentation of an old man. His heart was broken, sinking into darkness. Odin had said that the song would be a way to know Tor, a way to find him. A light bloomed in through the garden window. That's where Tor had vanished into the pond. Saga knew what she had to do.
Did she?
The page mentions a missing record. Do you know where it is, Odin?
Driven by passion, raging like a storm. Your grandfather made the song to apologize. To your mother, Freya, and to you. Tor's like a storm. Your mother did the right thing, leaving with you, even if it broke your grandfather's heart. And mine. Listen to the song, Saga.
Well,
it's all there.
Now I just feel like we gotta
Tor
find
only
it.
Had one record made. He keeps it in the museum.
Okay.
Odin knows my mom's name. He's saying my mom took me away when I was still a baby. Plausible. Stay on task. The record is in the museum.
Gabby, you're right in my face here.
Tor disappeared into the pond. It's another overlap. Has to be. How do I get inside?
The clicker? RoboCop is tomorrow. Hang on, let's do the thing that we do. Where we check out the schedule real quick. RoboCop Rogue City is coming out tomorrow, and I intend to check it out. I slated Friday for Slender the Arrival, the new content that we didn't get to. The plus more would either be like a random game that I pull up, or we continue with, you know, one of the two other games, you know. I'm gonna start up Revelations on Saturday. And then, of course, if I can fit in time with any of these open-ended big bitches I've been playing on Sundays and Mondays, then, you know, we'll probably try to do it. Going into next week, I don't really know what's going on. We'll figure it out. Saga jab the select. Whoa, Gabby. Saga jab the selector. The missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. I need to play a record to open the overlap. Wake told Rose to look for the hero. She won't help anyone else.
No. The page says the record will open the overlap.
There's only
Or is
one
the page
copy.
Predetermining it.
It's
Am I just playing into the story?
in the museum. Fact versus fiction. Mom moved away with me because of Tor. Tor wanted to apologize, but never got the chance. Cult of the Tree. Gabby is sitting right here. She's on the desk. She's like on my mouse. Well, the hand I'm using my mouse for. She wants crunchies. She wants to go into the bedroom. Have some crunchies. Maybe get cozy in her little closet den. Cult initiation letter signed by Ilmo and Yakko. They weren't in the cult, they were... Oh yeah, they were running the cult. Vladimir Bloom was in the cult. So what happened to Tor?
What happened to Tor just now?
Cynthia took him. Ugh, I knew someone was messing with Tor's head. There's something wrong with the water here. Pipes acting up, black stuff coming out. Cynthia's probably behind that too.
Does Cynthia have any connection to the Cult of the Tree?
Oh no, she's way too frail for that. But she used to be this town's best defense against the forces of darkness. Well, after Alan. But I guess it finally got her.
Did you communicate with Alan?
Wake is in custody. How have you been in contact with him?
He leaves me messages in funny places, like the newspaper, books. Once he even wrote to me with a cloud. If it's something really important, he tells me in a dream.
Okay. And what does he say to you with these clouds?
Ways I can help him, how I can stay safe, good dinner recipes, ways to kill Taken, lots of stuff. I've been finding some pages of writing lately too, so he must be working on a new book. Exciting.
Yeah. So Wake tells you how to kill the Taken?
Wake tells you how to kill Taken?
Oh, sure. You're the hero, so you must know all about it. All you need is a strong light, and then your conventional methods of extreme violence. Simple stuff.
Sure.
The tough part is hiding the bodies.
Oh.
I honestly don't know how to react to this.
Just doing my part, sister.
We should evacuate the residence.
You need to get the residents out of here. It's not safe.
Oh, this kind of stuff rolls right off their backs. They've lived very rich lives. Very resilient.
I'm sure.
But I already told everyone to wait at the designated muster point on the front porch. We run drills every few months. I'm so proud of them.
I'm impressed by how prepared you are.
We're pretty used to this kind of thing.
Okay. Well, check the nursing home's museum for the record. Feel like I could at least get the record found. This game is so good. This game is so fucking good. Is he T-posing? Is he... That... Oh no! He went into the overlap! They got him! This is the meeting here. Or the museum here. This isn't really a museum. Oh my god, if they all know this as Tor's drunken fits, that's incredible. Did somebody call? Odin? Are you okay? Oh shit, I can't get him out. Oh, the museum. I know what they're talking about now. It's been locked. Rose's key fob. Don't lose it. It'll be $500 to replace it. Good God.
Angel's remorse. This is the one.
You stop that, lady.
But it's gone. Cynthia has the record. She will tell me where to find it.
Framed by the old gods of Asgard to memorialize the only pressing of the unreleased single, Anger's Remorse. I feel like for accessibility, there's gotta be a way to, like, disable that, you know? It's an effective, like, use of a jump scare, but it's very jarring. Trashed hotel rooms and ruined pools. Crowds go wild for the Old Gods of Asgard Ragnarok tour. The rock and roll group, Old Gods of Asgard, are leaving chaos in their wake as they plow through the major U.S. cities on their aptly named Ragnarok tour. The band is breaking their sales records with singles topping the charts and had their last sold-out concert in Long Beach. Well, I'm thinking of somebody like Kiba who actually has a tough time with, like, flashing stuff. You know? The fans show their love for the Reckless Rockers by showering the stage with lacy unmentionables, black roses, and even full beer bottles. Whoa. None of this fazed the stars themselves, who embraced the admiration and transition from song to song with such gusto that the audience was left catching their breath, eager to keep up with the brothers Anderson and their cohorts. After hour shenanigans for the musicians included a pool in a private residential neighborhood left to be emptied and sanitized in a hotel room, nearly destroyed in a classical fashion, not to mention the lengthy room service bill gone unpaid. All things point to this band quickly becoming a strong contender to the iconic Hall of Fame rock gods that came before them. Old Gods of Asgard party like their namesakes and give a performance like no other. Be sure to catch them on their tour and bear witness to rock history in the making. Legendary heavy rock band Old Gods of Asgard mourns the loss of their divinely talented guitarist Bob Balder. Fat Bob, as he was affectionately and ironically called, died from complications of a severe illness. Leaving his bandmates Odin and Tor Anderson behind, the peace-loving musician will be sorely missed, also by the band's numerous fans. No, I think those, that's why I was saying they're so, it's such a side piece to what's going on here. I feel like there's got to be a way to turn that off, or if, like, down the road, if there's a way to mod it out just for the sake of people who don't want that shit. It doesn't bother me personally, but like I said, when it comes to, like, the viewing experience, if there's something that's overwhelmingly, like, terrible to watch, from a sensory perspective, I don't like to leave it on per se. Not that I would turn those things off in this game. I'm a fan of accessibility options. There's always a good use case for options. Leaving his bandmates Odin and Tor Anderson behind, this peace-loving musician will be sorely missed, also by the band's numerous fans. When asked about his loss, Tor Anderson had this to say: "Get the expletive out of my face. Balder's in Valhalla now. He fought cancer like a hero." Maybe it's the kitty's doppelganger? How's it going? I mean, do you want... I really want to show you Henry. But his little tiny cat penis is out because he's giving himself a bath. And Gabby is scowling at him with such judgment. Hang on. I'm actually gonna, like... Cover your eyes, TikTok. Hang on. This shit is so... out of focus. See, he's over there, like, cleaning himself like that. And she's just like, Jesus Christ, put it away. Maggie's like, yeah, really, put it away. He doesn't... Oh, Jesus, hang on. Meanwhile... Meanwhile, over there... So, what I ended up doing... for TikTok... is when I go on break, I just stop the stream. Imagine a live streaming platform that operates on the phone, and when there's no action whatsoever, you just shut it off because that's how that shit works over there. So I'm just shutting the stream down when I go on a break, and I'll turn it back on later. That seems to be the only solution. I don't know. I mean, I could put a black screen up, but I mentioned that. And Smashley was like, just shut the stream off on a break. And I was like, that's actually sort of smart. Because their algorithm, if there's nothing going on, they actually hate that. How do they know? I guess AI. I don't know. Bob was too beautiful a soul for this world, adds Odin. What this means for the band and their upcoming album remains to be seen. Rock music is the ancient language of the soul. Muses old gods of Asgard's lead singer. I sit down with the Edison brothers of old gods of Asgard fame in the lobby of a rundown hotel somewhere in downtown Detroit. Currently on their Ragnarok hit tour, the busy band members have only a moment to spare to a fledgling journalist and his questions before running off to the sound check for their concert tonight. Yeah, it makes the content a little more short form. I mean, I've been streaming for an hour and a half over there, which is kind of long, but when she said that, I was like, you know, that makes the most sense given the whole thing. It's a pain in the ass because I have to start and stop things over there, but I mean, they don't, the clips are a huge thing that gets me in trouble. You know, also, I don't know. Okay, how's the reception been? Amazing. Fans understand what we're about. They get the rock and roll, they get the spirit. They know we're here to, hold up. This is gonna be great. You guys are gonna love this. They know we're here they know that we're not here to around. That's right. Why do you do what you do? Raucous laughter. I can tell that you're new at this, buddy. Why does anyone do what they do? For the glory and the fame? For the money and the sex? Or because you have something inside of you that's gonna burst out if you don't start using it? It's the latter. That's a good answer. How about music then? What is it about music that compels you? I mean, that should be pretty obvious. This is boring me to death, bro. Let's get moving. Sorry, he's always impatient. As they stand up to leave for the tour bus waiting outside, the larger-than-life rockers turn around for one final quote. Tor says, music, especially rock and roll, is the ancient language of the soul, man. It's in me. It's godly. And it'll come out like a thunderstorm. This game is probably my game of the year, Fred. This is just I love that this is the museum. This is the whole museum. Find anger's remorse. How do I cartoon? Well, so once upon a time, my cartoon mom and my cartoon dad, they like got together one night, and they I think the Sims call it woohooing. So they did that, and then 9 months later, a tiny cartoon by the name of Skin Teen was born. I really want to find this record, but I think I might actually call it here. The problem that I'm going to have is that I really want to continue with this. It may be that I put this on Friday night instead of my plan so that we don't lose the plot of Alan Wake because this game's far too good. But juggling this and juggling RoboCop, I don't know how long RoboCop is, but I intend to play it tomorrow. Point being, so. That's the best answer. You don't watch a lot of streams. Well, you know. Thanks for stopping into mine for a few minutes. I think JT likes winning now. RoboCop looking long but amazing. I just, yeah, somewhere in the middle of this year, I completely feel like I gave up trying to figure out how to play everything that I wanted to play that came out this year. Because I already had like a huge backlog, but the sheer onslaught of stuff that has come out this year, it's like opening up a door and a tidal wave burst through the door and you're screwed. So I don't know, man. I'm just trying to kind of focus down and stick to a couple of these because this one deserves to be finished, you know. But we got plenty of time. If I can get some Chichi Matul came over. She was happy you won. Okay, that's fair. I'd love to go later, but I'm pretty tired, so I want to get some rest. I want to come back strong tomorrow, and yeah, we'll crush some RoboCop. I might actually be here a little later too for tomorrow, just so we can get in that extra RoboCop time. So I'm thinking that because Friday is a day that I scheduled for Slender: The Arrival and just random horror, I think let's just try to stick to Alan Wake. Let's just try to get through Alan Wake. And then we'll get back to the variety horror that I love so dearly, you know? That's the idea. So I'm back on TikTok. They lifted my permaban. Many thanks to my partner manager, Jared, for helping me with that. I promise I'll do my best to not do something weird that gets me suspended for... I feel like what it was it seems to me like the severity of the tag, which was sexually suggestive content, that they really didn't like that. I'm not even sure if it was an accumulation of bans. It was just a very strange... It was very strange. I'm glad to be back, though. It's good to see everybody over there. And of course, we're live on YouTube. And I'll be there tomorrow. And Twitch. Twitch is the mainstay. Twitch is the home. Twitch is where family is. Tomorrow, RoboCop. Friday, I think I'll update that so that it's Alan Wake. And then we're going to start Resident Evil Revelations on Saturday. We're going to get back to the Resident Evil playthrough. I've been slowly going through all of those for lore purposes. So we'll get back to that effort. You know what I didn't even bring up either? That, like, sort of happened. I got a key for... Hold up. Well, see, Yabo sent me screenshots of Ark, the new Ark, and I was like, oh, ass. Because I'm a little tempted. I got a key for the King too. That actually, the embargo for that lifts tomorrow.